What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Royaire from Royaire's World. Diva and I are back, and we are recapping season 2 of The Braxtons. Yes, the girls are back, and it's filled with mess. Well, apparently Ashley, the niece, has some family tea. Tawanda's getting married, and Tony and Tamar. Just check out the preview. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to both Royaire's World and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, and your notification bells on all. That way you don't miss a beat for season 2 of The Braxtons. And remember, it's all in good fun. What's up, beautiful people? We are back, and we are here to recap season 10, episode 9 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. What you speak. Leak what you speak. Sorry. Good evening, Auntie Diva. How you doing?
How you doing? Listen, all is well. I'm doing good. Listen, side note, I'm trying to become a plant whisperer over here. Okay,
girl. Listen, thought we passed that off.
No, don't do that. Some have died under my watch. My baby back here, she's doing well. I don't even want to touch her. She doing well. Hey, babe. Wait for me. I'm just trying to be the plant whisperer. That's all.
Okay, we see you. Listen, your longest flowers that I've seen you last is the little black flowers. I mean, the white flowers and that black thing behind you. That's
ain't real. Don't do that. You get messy.
So I'm proud that you are growing in your mommyhood with your plants.
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm. Don't be messy. Don't be messy Tuesday. Don't do that.
It is messy Tuesday. Okay, listen, everybody. We are here. We are back, and we are recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac. It has been an amazing season. We are about halfway through the season. We are on episode 9. And this episode, Diva, they dropped the mid-season trailer. And at the end of this mid-season trailer, Andy is having a whole sit-down interview with the grand dame, Miss Karen Huger herself, fresh out of the penitentiary, okay? Fresh out the pen, fresh, okay? And so I think the rest of this season, everything that they showed, the vacation, the drama, the friendships, what is going on with Wendy and Eddie and their marriage, like it's a lot that is getting ready to happen in this second half. So I want y'all to make sure that y'all are tuning in every Sunday at 8 p.m. and then joining us on Mondays or Tuesdays. Work with us, people, but joining us for our recaps so that we can talk about this, because Diva, I have a lot to say this episode. A lot went down this episode, and I got some thoughts and opinions. I know I sent you a clip earlier this week with Nene and her son, and her going off. And so I really miss that TV that we used to have of really diving into the families. And this episode, we got a nice little dive into the people's personal life, and I'm super excited to get in that and to talk about it. So yeah,
so am I. And you know what? Shout out to Bella. I think she's the cutest thing ever.
Yes, Bella. Yes,
I like Bella.
It was nice to finally meet Stacey's core, that intimate setting that she has outside of the cast. That was a beautiful thing. But before we get into this, we got a new segment that we like to call Street News, everybody. So let's get into this Street News.
I don't know why that cracks me up every time. Come on,
every single time. So listen, Jen Shaw is supposed to be being released on next week from prison, okay? And so Mr. Andy himself, Mr. Bravo, Mr. Andy has some words to share about whether or not Jen will be coming back to Salt Lake City. And you know what, Diva? I actually been kind of catching a little bit of Salt Lake City this season, and it's not a bad watch. I was like, okay. I like Mary Cosby. I like Meredith. I was like, it was some girls on there. I was like, okay, I might be able to go back and rewatch this and get into the girls, okay? But listen. You can't get with the girls. You can't get down
with Salt Lake City, but I tried. I mean,
it's an interesting group of girls. I could say that for sure. It's an interesting group of girls. with interesting backgrounds, interesting relationships, if that lands for some of y'all. So, but Andy, people have been asking whether or not Andy will or Bravo will be bringing back Jen Shaw, after she finishes her stint behind the bars, and so there have been hearsay about whether or not, she'll be back. But I believe Andy has given us the final answer of the day, and this happened on his podcast. And so let's get into it and see what Andy had to say.
She is getting released next. Speaking of Jen Shaw, let me just say, because I think she is getting released next week. And I just want to say once again, for anyone who is asking, I think I've said this before, she's not coming back to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She's not. So I wish her all the best in her next life. I would assume she'll wind up on a reality show of some kind. But it won't be anything that I'm working on. I don't know that I could see Bravo working with her again. So there you go. Can we put a period on the end of that sentence? And kudos to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, who have not only survived, but thrived in the years following her incarceration. So, speaking of Jen Shaw, let me just say, because I think the show is well on its, feet.
Do you have some sort of policy? Like, why can't she come back?
There has to be a line, John.
Right.
There has to be a line. The show is well on its, feet.
Do you have some sort of policy? Like,
chance of Jen Shaw or Monica coming back to Salt Lake?
Jen Shaw, I never want to see again.
He's petty.
Petty Betty.
He's petty.
I thought this was very interesting, and these are my thoughts and my honest thoughts and opinions. The only reason I feel that Jen Shaw is not coming back is because she did not allow cameras into everything that she had going on at the time. And I think for Bravo, in my opinion, for them to reprimand her for desiring to have privacy in such a, tragic moment for her, though what she did was not okay, she still deserves her right to privacy. And just to completely ban her as if she never meant anything to the show. I mean, at one point, Andy was praising her for being one of the biggest stars on Salt Lake City. So to go from that to then tearing her down and not wanting to work with her anymore, you don't want to see her anymore, it makes me think a lot about what Nene said about Andy, and how he is and with his behavior, and once he's done with you, he's done with you. If you do something he doesn't like, it's personal feelings. And I think that's the issue for me. This is a business. It shouldn't be about personal. She obviously can still bring something to the show after being in jail. If Karen can come back after being in her stint of jail and bring something, why can't Jen Shaw come back? If it's about making money at the end of the day, what's the big issue?
So, yes, he was mad because, and I think it was a money thing. He was mad because, as you stated, I want to say Up and Adam. She interviewed with Up and Adam prior to going into jail, and Andy wanted that interview, and Andy wanted more from her. And I think he is literally severely punishing her as a result of not giving him the interview. But I want to say, wherever she did that interview, I felt like they paid her. And Bravo wasn't going to pay her because they was already paying her, right? And I think he simply needed the money. But he is definitely petty because you took every other criminal back and can't take her back. And not for nothing. And granted, it's only allegations, but you're allowing Wendy to stay on the show. I think he's doubling down, and this is just it's so nasty. I don't think you can compare Karen's DUI to Jen's fraud and money issues. I don't see the difference though.
I don't either. In my opinion, it's worse. A DUI can kill somebody. Like, what are we talking about?
And Teresa too. They had fraud, her and her husband, and he couldn't wait till she got back. But DUI is very serious because you could physically kill somebody. And listen, the angels was watching over Karen, if you ask me.
Hello,
because she darn near could have killed herself. So I just think it's just crime is a crime. Jen paid her time and she's paying restitution. But for her to say that she could never do anything on Bravo either, come on, Andy, what did she do to you that's so egregious? Especially when you open the door back up to Nene, who Nene sat and called you all kinds of names, and Nene was ready to sue y'all. Nene could come back to Bravo, but Jen Shore could never come back to Bravo. Andy is petty Betty.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, petty Betty.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't like this.
Come on now, Fifi. And Jen was pursued and arrested on camera.
On camera. What more do y'all want? What more do you want?
What more do you want? And didn't it be real dirty talking about, the show's been thriving and striving without her? And then you brought back another alleged criminal. What's the Mary Cosby? Who they say her church is allegedly a cult.
Do you
see here? But Jen is the devil. He need to go sit down somewhere. It's the whole stupidity of it all.
I can't wait for that documentary to come out. I will definitely be watching that.
That part, Mary, the cult leader, allegedly. So she could be on. Karen could come back. Teresa Giudice. What's it? Erica Jane. Erica Jane and her husband allegedly stole all of that money from his clients. She was up on that TV living the best life with a whole glam squad that she would fly on a private jet to every vacation they went on. And you're cool with her staying on the TV, but Jen Shaw is the devil. I mean, he's ridiculous.
Make it
I don't give a darn that the crime was against the elderly in the sense that a thief is a thief, a crime is a crime. So now we're going to level out the crimes. I'm not doing that with him.
Yeah.
You got criminals on the TV, so why not her? And Erica wore the earrings. Come on now. And that's why Wendy thought it was okay that she was taking a picture with the ring that allegedly was stolen in the robbery. And then Erica stood up on that show and some of them victims were burn victims of a plane and all of that. And she said, I'm not giving these earrings back. Okay.
Shameful. And then we can move on after this unless you have something else to say. I also feel like just like Karen and the rest of them, Jen has served her time. Why can she not come back out and be a productive citizen of society? Right. Why can't she? A part of the Bravo universe as everybody else had.
Nothing on Bravo? That's just evil. I pursue to be on some reality show, but she can't do nothing with me and nothing I produce. You know what, Andy? 1 minute you on top, the next minute you down here with the rest of us. Be careful how you speak and what you do. I just, and then they can tell the people, don't ask me no more.
Because Nene said you never win.
When you play dirty.
How you doing?
Well,
that was our street news for the day. We are getting ready to hop into our recap for the night, which is going to be Real Housewives of Potomac. We are live on both channels, Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royaire's World. So make sure you hit the like button on both channels. Make sure you are subscribed and your notification bells on all. And do us one more favor. Share with your friends, share with the family, share with your enemy too. Let's get right into this recap. Okay, boom. So,
you say that.
We gotta love our enemies too. We love y'all. Thank you. So let's see. Season 10, episode 9, Leak What You Speak. Okay. So we are picking back up. We are at Giselle's 10 million download party. You know, she started this last week. We had a little situation at the end of the episode. Everybody is accusing Stacey of contacting Chris, Monique's ex-husband, and sharing intimate details that the girls had, that Monique shared regarding her marriage and breakup to other people outside of the circle of the girls, okay? And so Stacey has pleaded her case. She says she ain't do it. Cookie stepped over there and said, yes, you did. Don't try to play me like you stupid. And pointed her finger at Cookie. And Cookie said, who you pointing your finger at? Don't you point your finger at me? And Stacey moved over across the table. She said, I can point my finger wherever I want to. And so Stacey, Cookie was exited out. She moved out of the scene. And so Big K decided to step up yet again, okay? In case she's going at it with Stacey. I mean, going, you can't be trusted. You're a low down, dirty dog, and I will never bring you around my husband. And Stacey said, you don't have a husband, okay? And so that ended us off on last week. Well, they brought us back into the episode again this week between Stacey and Kay. And Stacey tells us, you don't have a husband. And so Kay says, well, you don't either, because where is Timu? Where is he? Just going in and in and in. She said, well, I have a husband. I have a ring. I have a daughter. What do you have? A condo that you paid for? What are we doing? Okay. So, they go back and
condo.
Like literally, like, what do you have? A man who don't want to live with you full time. He want to purchase your properties, but he don't want to buy, he don't want to make no commitment. He want to leave you high, dusty, and dry. He done already built the house with you planning to live in it, then kicked you out. Now he's trying to get your condo so that he can kick you out of that and put his kids in it. She don't see the plan, but I see it formulating. Now, let's see. Kay says Stacey was not to be trusted. And let me say this also too, Diva, what really bothered me. When Giselle made the comment that Stacey can't be trusted around children and husbands, how dare you? Now that is crossing the line.
I thought it was.
She has done nothing with the P word. We know what I'm talking about. She ain't done nothing. Or those allegations have not been brought up anywhere. So for Giselle to say that and Kay to ride on that, it was nasty. It was low down. Do better. If you want to come at me with jabs, we can do the fun shade. But don't stoop so low to say things that are completely untrue. Don't put that out there about Stacey, her not being good around kids. And stop that. Stop that.
Yeah, that was messy.
That was real messy.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the majority of that scene was really Stacey and Kay having a moment. They, after they have their whole moment going back and forth, Sharice says, well, I know Chris. I can call Chris. We could give him a call and see what's up. So Sharice picks up the phone and she dials Chris' number. She says, hey, Chris, this is Sharice. I'm filming right now. And the ladies have some questions because some things have come up. Did Stacey ever reach out to you about some information that was shared regarding Monique and how she felt about you and blah, blah, blah? And so Chris is like, I don't know none of this BS that y'all talking about. I don't know nothing about that. And so he hangs up the phone. They go on about their business. And so in this moment, you would think that Stacey was vindicated. But no, nobody still believes her. Nobody still trusts her. And then Stacey, we do have to take accountability and partial into what happened at, last season. It's got some of the ladies questioning, but Wendy is standing by her side, okay? Wendy came over and patted, gave her a little face makeup beat, got her together because the girls was trying to take her down with the 1-2s. But Stacey was standing on the ring, holding her own and standing on business, okay? Solo. Now, there was a sidebar conversation, Diva, with Jazzy, Cherie, and Kay, and Angel. And so Cherie shares that she was out hanging with the people. Her and Stacey happened to be there. And, Stacey was flirting around with some guy. And so he went to the bathroom, and there was another gentleman that said, well, hey, he's married. I see you liking him, but he's married. And she alleges that Stacey said, well, what does that have to do with me? Yet again, throwing in some more mess about Stacey that we may not know to be true. So all of these allegations at Stacey, at this point, Diva, we should have put Stacey in the middle of the picture for the season because it's all about Stacey and what Stacey doing and not doing. Wendy and Giselle have a little moment together. At the beginning of the party last week, Angel came over and, shared with Giselle, I know we talked about it and we had our moment and we're good, but I still have an issue with Wendy, okay? And so Giselle updates Wendy on the issue, that Angel has with her. And so, Wendy said, well, let's go at it. What's up? Hey, Angel, I hear you got some issues with me. And so this is my problem with Angel, Diva, and everybody that's watching. You play gangster in confessional. You play gangster at home with your husband. You play gangster with Kay. But then when it's time to address the issue, your voice gets lost.
Mm-hmm. You sound
your
like
accent gets lost. You turn into this little girl trying to address a situation with someone who didn't even start the issue. Because we then find out, because Giselle admits that she was the one that said you were a catfish. And so Wendy said, you got all of this smoke for me, and I didn't even say these things about you, but you don't have no smoke with Giselle. What is it for? And so this is what I'm talking about. You're gaslighting me. You're dismissing me. I need somebody to take Angel, take her on down to the Real Housewives school and teach her how to read the girls. Teach her how to get the girls together. Teach her how to not let her reads fall flat. Because Wendy said the only reason you're really mad is because you've fallen flat on your reads yet again. That's what you're really mad about. Wendy dismissed Angel, cleaned her up, and sent her packing, okay? And Angel went on packing. Because then Kay had to step back in and try to get a little fight in. It was a hot mess. So at the end of the party, ending for Stacey, she said, obviously I'm not wanted here. Read the room, Jazzy. I'm leaving. She went and clicked the elevator button and went on about her business. And so somebody announced to Giselle that she was leaving. Giselle did what she does always, went over and helped her exit. Well, I'm going to hit the elevator button for you again. And so the girls wouldn't know, Stacey, why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? I'm not wanted. I'm good. I came. I congratulated. I conquered. I'm gone. That was pretty much that first scene, Diva. Anything that you would like to share?
First of all, you know what? It is obvious that they came together and said, tag Stacey's it this season. Because every single girl seemed to be just coming for Stacey. But see, what they need to read and understand is Stacey ready for it. And she know how to hold her own. Stacey says she unbreakable, okay? Because Stacey gonna get her Bravo check. Y'all not gonna run her off that show.
Know about me. You must not know about me.
Okay, that's Stacey. This Stacey and Kiera, like y'all said in the chat, I had secondhand embarrassment for her. Phoebe said she keep collecting L's, and she collected L at the L at the L at the L at the L. And with Stacey's ass, so did the filming for recently.
Because the party was over. Because Stacey was the only thing that was happening. Robin didn't show up, who the show is about. Giselle was the only one there. Giselle ain't bringing nothing to the show. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Come on, Laura. Say, it's
all right.
Yo, Stacey is slaying, okay? So Stacey said there, she said, can we call the person that y'all claim I had a conversation with, all that? And Sharice called, and Sharice made sure she let that brother know she was filming.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he took a minute back. He said, I don't know what you're talking about, okay? He knows what he's doing. He does know what he's doing, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Mm-hmm. So, they had that back and forth. Kay is annoying. I don't like her. She's not a good fit. I'm over her. I tried to give her a chance after, the beat down or the fight or the whatever. I tried to give Kay a chance to see if she was going to come into her own, and she has not. I'm just really over Kay. It's like you're trying to, I do believe she's trying to have these moments with Stacey, and it's just not working. Okay. So that's that. When Sharice called, I don't know what are they paying Sharice to show up for? Sharice have 2 sentences and 2 lines.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
But you know what? They keep bringing Sharice. She needs to check. I guess let her come, right? Angel and her fake anger. When Giselle told Angel right in her face, I'm the one that said catfish. So why do you still have an issue with Wendy? I agree with Wendy on this. How do you have an issue with me? You good with Giselle. She the one said it about you. I had a kiki and a ha-ha about it. You gonna try to blame that I just came up with the word catfish, and Giselle came right out her mouth and said, no, I say catfish. And Angel still got smoke for Wendy. Well, Wendy sent her packing like she should have, okay? And she was like, go ahead, you ain't even want to hear no more, okay? And so, you know what, Angel? And you're not wanting it because you're just ridiculous, right? And she sure did. She called Angel over there. You got smoke for Wendy? Yes, that's the thing. That's the word of the season, chin check. Wendy chin checked her and sent her on about her business. Like, get out of here, girl. Angel, I'm sick of Angel, right? You know, so now also too, when Stacey was like, okay, I'm out because they don't want me here, and she went to the elevator, and then Giselle coming over there just trying to have a moment in the scene, I thought was stupid. I'm gonna press the elevator for you again. You know, I can't get over Bobby saying how Giselle is almost 60. Now, Giselle, you look good, but you almost 60 and you acting like this, and you're a part of a sisterhood. Like, this was stupid. You celebrating your 10 million download party, and you coming over there with pettiness, talking about I'm gonna press the elevator for you again. And she gonna talk about, because Jazzy was like, you got a problem with Stacey too? Oh, Stacey a liar. I just don't like this. I don't like that about Stacey. Giselle, go back over there and call Robin and ask Robin why she ain't here celebrating with you. It's just the ridiculous of it. Kay and Angel just did a live. Kay says Stacey is using microaggressions against her. Kay, go sit down.
Several.
Go sit down. Because, you know, Kay, go sit down. Because I talk about Kay when we get to her and that's Stacey is showing microaggressions towards Stacey because we seen it when they did the flashbacks.
Because where is all this anger coming from? Why do you get so upset with her? Like, what is it about Stacey that just ramps
you a zero? You use a zero. But when it comes to me, you're a 2 now.
Okay.
Said, okay. Go ahead, Kay. You're a 2 now. If you would have showed me a Stacey doing QVC and they would have said she's the next housewife, I would have been like, why?
Never. Stop lying to me. Stop lying.
She is like the sleeper. She is the housewife we didn't even know we needed. Okay. No, Stacey, she holding her ground. Bravo to Stacey. And Stacey needs whatever check she getting, they need to add another 50, 60,000 on it because she's a better fit for the show. Who is?
I'm assuming she means Stacey.
Yeah. Stacey is
she's a way better fit than Angel and Kay for sure.
Oh, for sure. And Angel ain't ready. She ain't built for nothing. Wendy sent her walking. Wendy was
she packed her up. And then your husband had to tell you just to let it go. Like, even your husband was like, girl, like, move on. Like,
it's over.
I was going to say something to her, and she's still dismissive. Like, it's water under the bridge.
She dismissed you.
Oh, yes.
Go over there and talk to Bobby, because you ain't want it.
No, Stacey definitely has to have first chair, Emmanuel. Top, like, definitely.
You know what, Emmanuel? Thanks for saying that because we need to be in Andy's ear. She deserves first chair for real. She killing it. Stacey, yes, she does. She said everyone said. Angel needs to go lay down with somebody's couch for real. She does. She does.
And Emmanuel said this the other week. It possibly could be, and I'm willing to accept it, postpartum. She could still be, you know, just in a sensitive place maybe. But if that was the case, boo, you don't need to be on here because this is not the place for that. This is not at all.
She's a beautiful girl, but she's not ready. First of all, we knew she wasn't ready when you turned the comments off on your Instagram.
Not she turned the comments off.
No, she don't have. You can't put a comment under not.
Girl, you definitely not built for this then.
She ain't built for this. She ain't built for this. Cause she would have heard for sure. She's the most respectable live I ever seen.
Just respectable with it, okay?
That's facts about.
I love it.
That's facts. That's a good analogy. That is facts. Okay, the most respectable lie we ever seen. Angel is one and done. She is.
Yeah.
She is. And if she comes back, we'll get to it. But go ahead. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. No, I mean, I pretty much said everything that I thought. I thought it was just it's very, disgusting what Giselle said in regards to the comment about her not being able to be around children and husbands. I thought that was disgusting. I love the way that Wendy really rooted for Stacey. There was nobody really rooting for Stacey. Even, Jazzy tried to step in there a few times and hit it up for Stacey. I think Tia has really fallen on the other side of the group, especially, being what Stacey said about, regretting introducing her husband to her. But I got to give it to Tia. Tia has come through, and I'm going to keep saying this throughout the season. She is really coming through and being the housewife that Angel should have been. Tia is standing on the business. She may get read down, but she ain't letting nobody punk her. She has gone at it with Kay. She's gone at it with Jazzy. She's gone at it with Stacey. She's not letting these girls punk her, and I respect that about her. Continue to stand on business, Tia, and continue to ride that wave, not doing too much, but doing just enough to still get your camera time. Keep on doing it. That was pretty. This guy with Ashley, are you with the guy or are you not? Like, he walks in the door, you said you couldn't stand him, then you standing here flirting with the guy. I'm just like, okay, confusion is as confusion does. But
Ashley just hot in the pants, and she don't care who she get it from. Okay, she don't give a damn who she get it from.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, I'm with you though. Well, Tia fake though. She is. She is.
I'm
Okay.
Diva
Diva. Yeah.
Tia now.
Yeah. I don't know. She gonna have to. I'm not saying she can't come back for another season. Tia came in there phony, and Stacey and her husband knew she was that phony back then. Listen, I'm willing to give Tia another season over Angel, but she got to show me something.
Okay. Okay. I feel like and I'm just basing my opinion off of her being a first-time housewife.
Right.
Coming in. I think she's done a great job. If we get, we keep it real around here. We give our kudos to who we feel like doing it. I feel like Tia is doing it. She's coming through. Like I said, I don't like somebody that's coming in and trying to take over the show like Kenya did. Kenya came in and just tried to take completely over and did too much. Angel has come and she's not doing enough. Like, she's playing an even middle for me, and I'm here for it. So that was pretty much that scene. We have a scene next up with Stacey and her family, okay? So we're getting to meet the core three, Stacey, Arabella, and Timu. Stacey and the family are making pizza for dinner tonight. Arabella had a little swim meet that, she was, I believe it was almost like second place at the swim meet. She was like a second away from first, but she still did good. Timu and Stacey seem to be in a very good space when it comes to just liking one another and being romantically into one another. They're giving little kisses and pats on the butts and just having a good time together as a family. Now, Stacey does share with us that she has not officially told Arabella anything in regards to their relationship. They're not together, they're together. She just said that they're just playing it even. Timu was not staying in the house, but he is spending a lot of time there with them. After they finish the pizza, they're sitting down. And so Arabella says she just wants it to be the three of them forever. Stacey talks about how she's just glad that she has this core outside of the girls with all of this foolishness. She was glad that after she left the party, she was able to come home and focus on family, focus on pizza night, and just dwelling in the dynamic that she is used to being in. So I thought that was a super cute scene. I think Arabella is adorable. I think that it is a beautiful thing that they are trying to work their family out and trying to get back together. I never want to see a family split up. So if we can be in a healthy relationship together and truly love one another, why not make it work? So I thought that was a super cute scene. And then we have Ashley and her family. So Ashley's mom comes over, Mama Sheila. Mama Sheila does not like driving with shoes on, so she came on in barefoot, dropped her shoes at the door. Dean and Dylan, who are 4. Dylan is 5. Dean is 5. Dylan is 4. You know, they're playing on the piano, singing Ashley's song, dancing and surviving. Oh. Well, it looked like the whole family living lies and secrets that we don't know about.
Don't do Timu. Don't do Timu like that. Timu has a secret life.
What about? Do share. Come on, Street News. Do I need to pull up our sign again?
Well, you may have to, Royaire, because we got to break in with this real quick. Share screen real quick.
Okay. Hold on. Street News moment, y'all.
You're a fool. I cannot. Not Todd. He said, Mama, I hope you are resting well. I need you more than ever right now. You raised a good man that will continue to make you proud. My boy, whatever died yesterday, tell him I said what's up. I have a lot of unfinished business down here, but I look forward to the day I see you again. And if you see God, tell him I'm doing my best and I have faith in this journey. He has me he has me on because I know I'm destined for greatness. Love you. The best damn son in the world.
Shout out to Todd. Have you scrolled through Todd's page at all lately?
Mm-mm.
Okay. You know, what I will say is he's doing a very good job of posting pictures of him parenting and being with the children based off of the videos and pictures that he has shown. It seems like that they're really used to being with him a lot.
They are. I ain't going to take that from Todd. They are. He is definitely, way before we even knew about a divorce or whatever, he's definitely daddy daycare. And he has always said that, like, from day one, he's definitely daddy daycare. Todd, we won't take that away from you. But what we're not giving you is no alimony. What we're not giving you is you signed a prenup under duress. We're not giving that to you. At least I'm not.
Okay. So I'll give him full custody with child support.
And he gonna post, I guess he gotta big himself up. He gonna talk about you raised a good damn son. He don't care what the people in the streets are saying. He said, Mama, you raised a good man.
He was a good man in Candy. He did his damn job as a husband, okay? He did all that he could. And now he wants his reparations, okay?
You know, Monique said over Candy's dead body.
More like over Mama Joyce's dead body.
Todd is a good father, but why does he need Candy's money? Listen. When he said no black woman is giving up their kids.
Listen. My toe. Listen, I feel.
I'm sorry. Wait,
you're fine. And we can talk about this for a second because we got a little time. I feel that, you know, anything prior to the marriage, Todd is not owed to. He's not owed anything. Anything during the marriage that their name was mutually on, he's owed that. He's owed that. Unless he signed something in the prenup saying that during the marriage, I would not take anything. If you chose to do that, that was a decision that you chose, and you have to live with that decision. What I don't like is when people make decisions, sign things, and then once the other shoe drops, then you want to back out, and you was under duress, and you wasn't thinking. No. You chose to sign that document in that moment. Nobody held a gun to your head. Everything was on camera. Nobody threatened you. I didn't see nobody having no knife or no shank at your side. You signed those papers, and you need to abide by the agreement that you made in that time, unless anything in the prenup was broken. So if there was a cheating clause, if there was a baby clause, if there was something that was broken to separate the union, then we can look at other things. But if you guys went into this marriage, open relationships, you know, and y'all were now ready to separate, anything during the marriage is communal property. We split that 50-50. And I think I don't feel like either of them deserve full custody. Shared custody if we can do it. And let's move on and get out of this mess.
She said, Todd gotta take an L on a prenup. But he a good man.
Todd cannot raise those kids in a 1-bedroom condo when they are used to being in a mansion. Okay.
That be all right.
Listen, it's so
cute. Daddy ain't got no money because they used to him calling Candy when she was away, and he was out saying, "Can he buy them some ice cream or something?"
That was our street news moment, everybody. Let's get back into Potomac. Thank you so much. Remember to hit the like button and share. So Ashley is having a little meetup with her mom, Mama Sheila. And so, you know, they're healing and surviving. They're playing on the piano, singing her song. Y'all saying that man didn't have money for ice cream. The ice cream truck come riding down the street. Call mommy! We want ice cream!
Oh God! Oh my God! Y'all be starting. I cannot. Go ahead. What happened?
Ashley and Mama Sheila, they have to go sit down in the backyard. You know, Ashley, you need to contact the lawn service. You know, it's not too expensive for somebody to come out there and trim the bushes, cut the grass. You know, every now and then. You know, at least once a month. Maybe every other week during the summer, but you know, we got to get that together, ma'am. You know, Ashley is speaking with her mom, you know, about how, you know, she's wanting to do better in life and mature, you know. Mama Sheila brings up Josh. And so, first of all, Diva, shout out to Uncle Lump, okay?
Come on now.
He's the best role model that anybody has had on any of these shows, okay?
We keep it 100.
We keep it a buck, okay? Uncle Lump said, you don't need that man. And I love that he kept it real, Diva, because he said it. And I ain't saying that it's a lot of good men out here in the sea. I said, come on, Uncle Lump, you better tell him, because it's trash out here in these streets.
Yeah.
But it's better than being with somebody that you got to raise. Okay? He ain't married. He don't have no children. Ashley said at this point, marriage would be a plus. And I don't need to raise no more kids. I got my 2 boys that I got to worry about. And Uncle Lump said, I got to live my life for me and worry about me and figure out the things that make me happy. And she said, Mom, you know, Uncle Lump brought up you too.
Not Uncle Lump bringing up Mom.
He said, listen, if she want to be in a pigsty with a bunch of pigs rolling in the dirt and be happy, let her be. Apparently, you know, Ashley has told us about this man that her mom has been with in the past. They've been together for 23 years. He has a drinking problem. He does not work. And so that leaves Sheila out here working 13, 14, 24-hour days, trying to make money for the household. She said, you know, I enjoy working, Ashley. I love it. You know, I get sick every now and then. You know, I was like yesterday, I was coughing. I had a little food and didn't sit right with me, and I'm coughing up blood. And so Ashley had to get up from her seat and sit in front of her mom and really express to her mom how much she really means to her. And how she feels that this man is taking her mom away from her by working her to death. He's choosing, because of his alcoholism, to not work. He has a bad relationship with Ashley's little sister. He does not have a good relationship with Ashley's mom. And Ashley had to express to her mom, Beside my children, you are my other heartbeat.
Yeah.
I need you here. What am I going to do without you in my life, Mom? I need you here with me to be able to thrive and survive. Diva, to me, that moment was so heart-touching.
It was.
Because Ashley already lacks a father role in her life outside of Uncle Lump. And I love that she has taken or tries to take the advice of Uncle Lump. But she also is lacking that motherly figure in her life as well. You know, Ashley has shared with us down through the years, you know, her struggles with her relationship with her mom. You know, her husband, you know, said that you're going to have to cut off your mom if she can't get it together. And Ashley, I think she is this girl who was just grown up without any real direction. And it shows in her relationships. It shows in her marriage. It showed in her marriage. It shows in her friendship. You're just this immature girl who's always about this petty little drama and this stupid stuff. And she desires for a mother's love. She need Daddy Yama titty. Come on, lay him down, baby. She needs to come in and get that out. And she needs to get that mentorship from a motherly standpoint to grow her up into the woman that she really can be, in my opinion.
Yeah. Stacey, Bella, and Timu, I thought it was a very cute scene. I enjoyed it. The pizza they made looked disgusting, but I thought it was a cute, you know, little scene. Bella is adorable.
Goodbye.
Adorable. You know, I really thought, you know, I liked Bella, and I like Bella when she said, I just want us to be the three of us forever. I thought it was just super cute. And you know, what's the name? Stacey was like, you know, they're not living together, but they're trying to figure things out. Whatever's going on, what I do like about Timu is he's helping Stacey get her check. And Stacey ain't got to worry about at the end talking about some payment and all this other stuff. So I love that scene, right? And when Bella said cheers to my mother, because, you know, she got Shiloh and the gummies and all of that, I thought it was good. So, yeah, Ashley's uncle is everything. So Ashley and her mom, Mimi, Miss Sharon, and, you know, Dean and Dylan, when they was playing the piano and they sung her song for a minute, mom sounded a little good too. Mom sung a little note with Ashley.
Okay, Sheila, I hear you.
Yeah, come on, Sheila. I was like, okay, she's sounding good. So, mom has been dealing with this relationship, but now that Ashley is not with Michael, mom got to pay her own mortgage. That's why she out there working 13, 14 hours and all that. And for her mother to say she liked working all those hours, well, you know what, mom? She's been with this man for 20-something years because it's the sister's father, right? I can relate to the scene with Ashley, but you can't want more for someone than they want for themselves. And that is a fact.
That's the fact right there.
That is a fact. But my heart did break for Ashley because she never had her father. And, you know, her father didn't want her. And I think now the father has actually in real time, he died. I want to say his father died.
She didn't go to the funeral.
Right. So it's like you don't have your dad. Your dad never loved you, never wanted to meet you. All you got is your mom, and your mom sitting here playing games. And Ashley, I always felt for Ashley in the sense that she had it rough because she always had to care about her mother. And her husband should not have to have taken care of her mother on the level that they were. Right. I don't think that was ever fair. But I understood the rock in the hard place where Ashley was because nobody wants to see their mom like homeless and under a bridge. And you got your little sister too. That scene was heart-wrenching, but mom has always been a problem. So I guess I'm not expecting no change from her. I don't even know what to do. I mean, high blood pressure, you vomited and blood is in your vomit. Come on, mom.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like she's stuck in the same cycle as this man is.
Right.
It sounds like she has a drinking problem as well.
So
I think so. I mean,
she's just maybe a functional alcoholic.
It's a functional alcoholic. In my opinion, yes, you work so much because you need the money, but you're also unhappy in your environment. So you rather stay and work and stay at work and be at work and work all you can and hope by the time you get home, this man is asleep or not getting on your nerves or whatever the case may be, drunk and passed out, whatever. There's a lot going on behind that story. You can see, in my opinion, I can see the addiction, seeing alcoholism, knowing what it is. I can pinpoint it pretty easily, and it's giving functioning alcoholic. Yeah.
They say codependency.
Yes, trauma bonding.
And bingo, and Go saying I've always felt like she had a substance issue. Oh God. You know, I feel for Ashley.
I do too.
I do
too. She desires that parental guidance.
Right.
We say children all the time, they need structure. Children that grow up with structure grow up in a mess. And they always are desiring structure. They're always looking for someone to lead them and guide them. And that is what Ashley expected out of Michael. She wanted Michael to lead her and guide her and be that fatherly figure for her. And you can see that with Uncle Lump. She just gleams to Uncle Lump and the advice that he gives to her, and she desires that. And I'm glad that he is there to support her in that space, and as well as his wife too. I know his wife has been a major part of that as well. So avoidance. I can see that. Yeah, that's exactly what I was. It's avoidance. Staying in the office to stay away from your issues, you know. People do that.
Yeah, she is. She's still looking for a daddy, and I do feel
for parental relation. She's looking for parental guidance.
Yeah. Well, you know what? She's lucky. Thank God for Uncle Lump. Uncle Lump always kept it real, even when it came to her relationship with Michael. And on that sense, on a side note, I'm rooting for her. And Ashley could stay on Potomac because, you know, I want her to be able to have a job for her and the boys. I think the boys are adorable. But other than that, Ashley is a waste of time on the show in terms because she never has a storyline. She's always just being messy, and she's not even a good messy.
It's a bad mess. It's a bad mess. Best wishes to that situation. You know, I hope that, you know, they can get things together, you know, to work out for them and to the best of their abilities. So we have our next scene up. Jazzy is hosting, and so this is a little bit of a mixed scene the way they played this out. So I'm going to go over Jazzy, Wendy, and Stacey, and then we'll go to the other party that was happening. So we're at Jazzy's home. She is hosting Wendy and Stacey for a little midday brunch. Darius is there chefing it up, so apparently she's got a cook on her hand, someone that can play sports and that can cook. Okay, Jazzy, I see why you married the man. Wendy, you know, she comes over first. She rings the doorbell looking fabulous as always. She comes in. They're kikiing and hee-heeing. Stacey is second to arrive. You know, Stacey is a pescatarian, so Jazzy had a nice little layout for her. And I love that, Diva. I love when people, you know, who are vegan or who don't eat whatever other people eat. I love when a host provides for everyone at the party. So I thought that was like, okay, come on, hostess with the mostest. I see it. Jazzy said that she hated to see her girl Stacey, you know, being dragged by the group pretty much. I mean, it was a hard thing to watch, but she said she's going to support her girl and you're innocent until proven guilty pretty much, okay? You know, Stacey said that she wanted to talk about everything that happened at Giselle's event, but especially after she left. And so the girl said, yes, we need to get into what happened while you were there, honey, because what was going on? Stacey, she doesn't understand what Kay's beef is with her. She feels like every time that she comes around, Kay is on 1,000. She hypes up. She gets, you know, in her feelings. She has to have the most to say and have all of this issue with me. And I've done nothing to Kay pretty much. Wendy feels that, you know, Stacey is Kay's favorite toy in the toy box. She just loves to try to play Kay. She can't beat Wendy. She can't beat Giselle. She can't beat the other girls. So you go for the underdog. And she knows that everybody kind of dislikes Stacey now. So Stacey is an easy punch. Okay. Stacey said that, you know, she doesn't know what else to do. The group calls Chris Chris denied, knowing anything about it. They still didn't believe her. What does she think the next step could be as far as asking Jazzy and Wendy? And so Wendy said, well, I feel that you should have a meeting with Monique. If you and Monique can meet up and Monique doesn't have an issue with it, why should the other ladies? If Monique can move on, so should the other ladies. And so Stacey says she would agree to have a little meet up with Monique to have a conversation, but she specifically said she does not want Kay to be there because Kay makes her feel uncomfortable. And I would have to agree with it. Kay, it is very uncomfortable constantly coming to something, having somebody attack me who I've done nothing to. Nothing. You attack me based off of the things that you've seen and heard. We've had no personal interactions. I got a problem with you and I don't want you around. We go over to Angel's house. Angel is hosting with Kay, Tia, Giselle, and Ashley. And so Bobby is out down on the lake. The girls all come in. And so I guess Bobby is a little messy according to Angel Diva. Because she said, I think y'all would like Bobby better than I do. Because he loves to get into the mess and tea. I said, oh, well, y'all should have gone down there over at the Reasonably Shady. Maybe y'all can give him a new job. Angel announces that they found a 9-bedroom home. Move-in ready. Everything is set up and ready to go. They don't have to move no ceilings or anything. And so the ladies congratulated her. She said it is in Potomac. And so she'll update the ladies on that when that happens. Angel said, Bobby is shady. I talked about that. The group, Giselle said that the group trauma bonds over Stacey and all the things that Stacey does. So when we come together to talk about Stacey, it's always a good time. Giselle feels that Stacey is the kind of woman that you can't trust. You can't have her, around your man. You can't deal with her. And they do go back to Colorado because that was announced in the episode of next week. So we'll talk about that in a second too. The other ladies feel that Stacey has spun a lot of webs of lies, and so she's got some answering to some questions that they have. She's done a lot and they need answers. Kay says that Stacey just musters up all of the Detroit in her when it comes to, her and Stacey going back and forth. Stacey just got all the business for Kay, all of it. And it's interesting to me how Kay thinks that Stacey gives so much energy, but you don't see the energy that you constantly give to Stacey every time that y'all are in a group setting. You don't see how wild and rowdy you get. Stacey don't be hollering and fussing and jumping over tables and all of this. You go out of your way to spill tea on Stacey and fell flat on the information. You are the problem, Kay. It's you. Giselle said that she just hated that Monique, she knew Monique before the rest of these ladies when Monique was on the show. And she hated that someone took the information that Monique spilled to the group and went and spread it out amongst other people because she knows what Monique went through in her marriage. And she was proud of Monique to speak her truth. Ashley said that Monique doesn't know anything about this, but she will definitely share the information. And once Monique gets the information, she could do with it what she pleases. She also invites Kay to go have a sit down because she said, I'm going to get Monique together. I'm going to get Monique with us. And I think you should come and have a sit down with us, Kay, so that we can talk about all of this and deal with all of this mess. So those were those two scenes, Diva. Anything on those?
Yeah, first of all, shout out to Jazzy and Darius. I was giving Darius a side out because I didn't know about these two back-to-back babies, and then you go to marry Jazzy. But I'm a lean up off him, okay? Babies are the babies. I hope he's taking care of the babies, and she's being a good stepmommy. But I like the way he was helping make the food and helping her prepare for her guests at the house. Shout out to Darius and Jazzy. And I thought it was very kind of her because I have to often do that myself. When I have my book club, I got some vegetarians in the group, and you got to make sure you cater to everybody because when people come to your house, they should feel comfortable, have something to eat, and no matter what it is, their preference is. So I like that. I do think that Kay gets riled up when it comes to Stacey. I like the way they showed all the back clips and put together all the times that Stacey, that Kay seemed to have issues with Stacey. It's over the top, it's too much. But again, I feel like they had a phone call before the season and they was like, tag, we are coming on Stacey. Stacey is going to be the girl that we go after. I'm sorry, I get Stacey is a star and everything, but I still think Stacey told Chris. It's a possibility she did. But at this point, I don't really know who told Chris. But I could lean towards she might have.
I don't think she did. I don't think she did.
Well, only reason why I was leaning towards she might have, because later on we're going to see the scene. I can't remember if it was the scenes for later or we saw it where Monique is going to turn to talking about I will blow this whole thing up. I don't know. It's a scheme that Kay set up to come to us with the BS. But listen, I don't know. I have to see we'll get to that. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the scene at Jazzy house with Stacey, Wendy, and Jazzy, I thought it was cute. I enjoyed it. I liked it, right? Angel, Kiara, Tia, Giselle, and Ashley, and Angel. I feel like Giselle is getting hyped up too. All of a sudden, like she can't stand Stacey. I'm not understanding. Even if she did, she read the hell out of Kay. She's forgiven. you ain't lying, Raheem. Okay, she's forgiven, even if she did. I don't know what Giselle problem is with Stacey. Yeah, we could replace Jazzy with Kay. So I don't know what Giselle problem is with Stacey. And she's like, we always get a kiki, a ha-ha, you know, over Stacey. We come together. They dragged Stacey at that situation. Yeah. And, you know, Ashley talking about she's going to, and they went to Angel's house. So I'll talk about that in a minute. You know, she said she's going to get Monique together and they all going to come and talk about it. I just felt like it was shady, but I did like the way Stacey was like, I ain't having no conversation with Kay. And I get it, because when you already know somebody clearly doesn't like you, you're not going to have a civilized conversation, because even if you are telling the truth, they're not going to believe you. Now, Angel talking about she found a house in Potomac, it's 9 bedrooms, it's moving ready. Why do you and your family of 4 need 9 bedrooms? I don't, Angel, it's
not authentic. It's not authentic. It's not.
I don't know. And it's a shame. Angel is beautiful. And she actually has a husband. And she got the kids. So on paper, she's the perfect housewife. But she is just not ready. And matter of fact, while we there, Royaire, let's share a screen real quick. Let's just go. Let's share this again. Share.
Oh my God, I was looking for this clip.
I know for sure, bitch, you're not fucking Beyonce. Smile back when somebody smiles.
It's only one Beyonce. We can all agree on that.
Exactly. You know, so I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know if I know nothing about her. I haven't seen anything she's done that's iconic yet. So I have no clue. So I saw Grandam and she's so excited to see me. She gives me a hug. We talk, we catch up. And Kiana just stands there, doesn't even say hi. This is the second time or third time. Okay. I was like, bitch, you ain't that shit. Chill the fuck out. Okay. Drink some Pepsi.
She was very friendly to me. I'm surprised. So.
Yeah, for me, no, but maybe she's going through stuff. But that's my feelings towards it. Kiana from.
So Chanel says Kiana Stewart thinks she's Beyonce. She had full on poker face. She said, I know for sure, B, you're not Beyonce. Smile back when someone smiles. I haven't seen anything iconic about you. So it continued.
Beyonce, we can all
on my way to dinner with Karen. So we were in our space together. And she literally sees us walking together. And she made a clear intention to be like speak strategically just to Karen. So she's just like, oh, Karen. She spins her around in a circle and like, so mind you, we're walking together and imagine somebody separates you walking together. So I was saying like just when they engage with one person, I think that's a little bit more of a normal interaction when you see people. But she separated Karen and she's like talking to Karen and me being me. And I'm like, okay, obviously she missed Karen. She wants to say hey to Karen. Like, okay, girl. So, and then at that point, because you made it clear to not speak to me while we were together and to separate her to speak to her, then she turns around and was like, oh, and I was like, oh, I spoke. I said, well, hey. And she's like, yeah. And, I went to introduce you. She's like, oh, I know who you are. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Didn't think nothing of it. It walked off. Now she on the internet talking about I'm acting like I'm Beyonce. Basically, I seen it today and I'm like, wow, this is really weird. Because girl, I don't even recall seeing you 3 times. I seen you once. The one time I can recall, I was actually walking on my way to dinner with Karen. So we were acting like I'm Beyonce. It's like, girl, well, maybe you think I'm Beyonce because if you did, you could have just spoke like when you see me with Karen the first time. So very much weirdo energy. And furthermore, she was a host there. So I think what happens to being a gracious host, the hostess with the mostest, and she gave none of that. So that's what I have to say on that. But I guess it's trending to talk about Kiana this week, so that's what she chose to do on her podcast, but not too much on that.
Yeah, I seen this interview earlier today. Shout out to Humble Brag. I love me some Humble Brag. Yes, I was listening to this earlier, and it just kind of reminded me, shout out to our viewers as well. Shout out to Emmanuel. Emmanuel went to BravoCon, and I want to say that he said that Kay and Angel were probably the most non-receptive people that were there at BravoCon. Just didn't really seem people friendly. So this is coming up quite a bit about specifically Kay. I've seen a lot of comments about her not being the most welcoming either. So it looks like the truth is following her.
Not the truth following her. Ooh, then there's that. Okay.
Yeah, I just do not feel like that they're fit for this housewife. To me, especially when it comes to like BravoCon, like you have to come humble because the Bravo fans, like they are the type of fans that truly support. Like in my opinion, Bravo fans are like no other, because we are given the reality of what we see your life being. And so when we see you on TV, that's kind of how we expect you to be if we ever get the opportunity to meet. And not to say that people always have to be happy-go-lucky and joyful, but for this to be your first BravoCon, for you to be as new as you are to Bravo, and to come into a platform that's already built to what it is by the fans, and that is what you give. I don't know. And I feel like, Diva, there have been times where I have been with people walking and they see somebody, they're like, oh my God, hey, like, blah, 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 blah. And they speak to me, and I speak back. Or if they don't, like, I wave and keep it pushing. Like, I just don't think it's as deep as Kay is making it. Like, she didn't speak to you. You're the newest girl on the platform. Cheyenne has been around longer than you have. So get a grip. I don't know.
Yeah, listen. Ooh, child.
Girl, I could tell my allergies about to start acting up because my nose is itching. Sorry, y'all. What was we talking about? So those were those 2 scenes with the ladies meeting up about, this whole situation when it comes to Stacey. I just think the meeting at Angel's house was super petty. It was just like, y'all are upset at this girl for what? They called Chris. Chris said that he knew nothing about it. What more proof do y'all want? I just feel like people be so hell-bent on people telling the truth. At what point do we realize the truth is the truth? When do you accept that the truth is the truth? And I feel like these ladies do not want to accept what Chris said, so they're going to continue to dig deeper and involve Monique into this. It's just stupidity, Diva. It's just a dumb, stupid situation. Monique is not on the show. She's not married to Chris. Why is this a topic of conversation? We don't have nothing else to talk about? So let's talk about Kay and this family scene, okay? I want to open up by saying everybody in Kay's immediate family is freaking gorgeous. You hear me?
Yeah.
Her brother, her brother walked through the door, Diva, and I had to pick my mouth up off the ground. I said, hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
So, Brian, Kay's brother, comes in.
Mm.
And so they greet one another. Kay shares that her and her brother are actually Irish twins, so they are very close. Her mom divorced at a very young age, so it's just always been the three musketeers: Miss Michelle, Brian, and Kay. So, Brian asked for a little bit of water. She said, well, listen, we at Greg's house, so there is actual water for you to give me, because down at the condo, we don't have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, if this were you living full time, you don't have no water at your condo?
Mm.
No wonder you need Greg to buy the place.
Mm.
You need him to fill it up with groceries too. Miss Michelle comes in. She greets her children. She's looking fabulous. Beautiful mother. Beautiful family. Kay, y'all got that for sure. The beauty is there.
Mm-hmm.
Mama said, I love the updates that y'all have done to the house. It looks really nice. Kay's doing updates in houses that she don't live in and that you don't own. Then Kay wants to give an update to her mom and Brian on what her and her man are doing. She says that Greg wants her to move back into the house, and that's something that she's considering and think about. She also mentioned that, Greg wants to purchase the condo. And they also talked about a ring. And so, she said that pretty much Greg said, well, which one is more important than you? Me purchasing the condo or me getting a ring? And Kay said, well, it sounds like the condo. Mama Michelle said, hold the hell up. Pump the damn brakes. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
We moved out with a purpose.
Come on now. For a reason.
Did we forget the purpose and the reason? Well, Mom, I think it's a good idea. I'm not worried about a ring. He wants to buy the condo, and I think that's a great idea. It's just another space for us to share and to be together. And so Ding Dong Brian said that he thinks it's a good idea too. I said, well, can't talk to Brian because he's just as dumb as she is. Mama said, we have purpose. Don't forget it. And so Kay is trying to make us think that Miss Michelle likes Greg. She likes him. Mom, you like Greg, don't you? I know you like him. She likes him. And so Miss Michelle says, do you want me to like him or do you want me to love him? Kay, you're never going to get a ring. You went and bought this condo. You bought this house with him that he kicked you out of. And you don't think he's going to buy this condo and kick you out of it too? Greg don't want you. He wants what you can do for him. But he don't want you. He don't want to put a ring on it and be responsible for you and y'all's relationship. You think that it's a good idea for him to buy a condo before you give him a committed relationship, as your mama said? Where's the commitment? Kay is just as slow if she allowed this man to buy this condo for her.
Royaire, let's keep it 100. She only talking about him buying that condo because Jazzy told her he ain't even give you nothing. He ain't give you no ring. He ain't buy you no condo. Greg ain't buying that condo. Where he getting all this money from, Royaire?
Well, I guess Kay done all the work for him in his office, so maybe everything's flowing smooth now. I don't know. But Brian seems to be in agreement with it. And Michelle is like, what happened to commitment? What happened to our purpose? What happened to our reason? What happened to the ring? I guess the ring didn't mean a thing. And then we have a small scene with Wendy's family as well. Today was the family episode. It was nice to interact with the families. So, Cameron is getting Wendy together about her shoes and her outfit. She didn't like them blue shoes that Wendy had on. We have a little guest come over first, which is Wendy's sister, Ivy. And so they got construction going on in the house, so they decided to go outside and have a little chit-chat. Wendy opens up with us, and I thought this was a very different side of Wendy to see, Diva. I don't recall ever seeing this side of Wendy. All the women know when a man loves you, trust me, you know it better than everybody around y'all. Well, what's love got to do? That's what Tina Turner said, okay? Wendy is talking to Ivy and expressing that, she is still hurt that her dad did not reach out to her for her birthday. And Wendy tells us in her confessionals that she's always longed and desired for a relationship with her father. And she really has not had that. She talked about her family packing up and going to Nigeria for a month, and her dad never took any time to come and see her. Now, Ivy has expressed that, she understands dad wasn't there, and, he knows that Wendy is successful. It's not about Wendy's successful, because Wendy felt, if I become successful and be somebody, my father will want me. And so Ivy said, it ain't about that. He just don't have time for you. He made his choice. He lived his life, and you got to move on. Mm-hmm. We got a mom who is taking care of us, who has raised us, and who appreciates us for what she does. And so, speaking of moms, Mama Susan comes popping around the corner, looking all beautiful. I said, come on, Mama Susan, you done dropped 1,000 pounds. I mean, you done dropped some weight. You look good. Skin is looking good. Makeup, hair. And, Mama Susan said, stop all of that mess. Stop all that talking about your daddy. He ain't done nothing for you. He could have had 200 kids, but there could only be one Wendy. And he didn't want the one that he had. So move on. I'm here. I'm enjoying the fruits of your labor. Look at me, baby. I look good. I'm spending your money and living well. Wendy said, yes, you are spending my money. And speaking of spending money, let's go in and check out the house. They go in and see all the renovations going on. Stairs are being redone. Floors are being redone. New chandeliers are being put up. And so there was a chandelier that Monique picked out, and I guess it wasn't grand enough for Miss Susan, because she said, you need to get another one. You don't need one. You need two. And Wendy's got the money. She's got the budget. Diva, looking at this scene, screamed evidence, evidence, evidence. I seen this scene in a completely different light, all on the insurance fraud. They said $100,000 worth of remodeling. That's what they said last week. The kitchen, the floors, the bedrooms, the sitting room, the dining room, the pantry, the sunroom, the living room, the stairs, everything. I thought it was very interesting that Wendy is kind of opening up about her dad. I've never heard this much Wendy talk about her dad on the show before. Wendy has had several birthdays, and she's never mentioned her dad, not wishing her a happy birthday before. So I'm curious if this is the first year that he's done this, or if she's just reached a place where she's really desiring to have a relationship with her dad again. I think it's also interesting, Diva, how people can grow up in two households, and grow up in the same kind of living situation, and one child have a different perspective than the other. It seems that Ivy has completely let go of having any kind of relationship with dad, and she's okay with how things are. But Wendy really desires that intimate relationship with her father. And Wendy even told us last week that she had a great relationship with her stepfather. And I think it's still interesting that she still desires for the man that brought her into this world to care, or try to show that he cares and has some kind of interest in her. And it also makes me wonder, did you do all of this, plotting and scheming and frauding allegedly to gain more wealth so that your dad could see you, or to pull a relationship from him? It just raised a lot of questions with me in this scene with Wendy specifically.
Kay's house.
Great.
Well, you better correct me, because honey, you ain't never lie. Greg's house, and Greg is out of town. And you know what? Kay is going to get what she gets. Because when you don't appreciate yourself and know that you can have more. I feel like, I will say this, I truly feel like Kay doesn't even know her own worth. And I will say this also, that Greg does seem like, for whatever reason, I still got to give it to him, he does seem like he's doing better with Kay, because sometimes people have to see what they really missing. I think when Kay left, whether she got kicked out the house or she left on her own, because she said when she left, it really hurt her. So I didn't take it as she left on her own. I took it as he might have told her to get out. But either way, Kay seems to be stuck on Greg. So this is a lesson she's going to have to figure out and learn on her own. Do I, for 1.2 seconds, think Greg is about to buy that condo? No. What does Greg do? Like that, there's so much free money going on there. And that's a stupid question if you ask me. I buy the condo or a ring. Like, that's just the dumbest question I ever. First of all, if we're going to get married, why would I
need the condo?
Why would I need the condo? That's why that conversation was so stupid and full of it. I was like, Kay, I'm too old to be sitting here believing the words that are coming out your mouth, because it don't even make no sense. Why would you need a condo if y'all about to get married? And of course the brother gonna say, yeah, let him buy the condo. Because then you know what? While she's staying over there shacking up with Greg, he can live in her condo. I ain't mad at the brother. Yeah,
brain. You better have a brain.
Okay. You better, go ahead and buy it. So that scene, I was just like, whatever. Her mother been trying to talk sense into her for a long time now, and she ain't getting it. So you know what, Kiara, do whatever you want. Make your foolish mistakes. When a man shows you who he is, believe him.
She's going to have to learn a lesson. It's going to be a hard one. It's going to be the hard way.
Now, this whole Wendy scene, it's hard for me knowing that their current situation. And just to give you a little bit about their current situation, they tried to have their trial separate. Now they filed to have it together again. I'm really praying that, and yes, I'm not negating that insurance fraud is wrong or all of that. I'm praying that, because they got a lot of counts against them. Really, Royaire, I'm praying that they come out on the lighter side of this, whatever the lighter side is, right? Because I'm feeling for them. And then showing this whole house being renovated, and they were still in construction. And I'm willing to probably bet at this very moment that house is still under construction, because they got to pay them lawyer fees. This is a hard, rough thing for them to go through. It is a lot. I think work with me, y'all. But what I don't like about this mother is the pressure I feel Wendy had to make all this money and to be taking care of her mother is just too much. The mother is just doing too much. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, your daughter doesn't have an endless bucket. Even when they want to walk out joking like, oh, Wendy has the money, just buy another light, just buy another that. And the mother talking about, I'm living good off of y'all money. I feel like it's sad when you have families where you got the one kid or the one child who has made it and making all this money, and then everybody is expecting them to pay for everything. It is not fair. And now, Mama, you're going to have to figure out your own way, because Wendy got legal bills to pay.
Come on.
It was too much. The mother always has been too much for me. Always. Yeah. And I'm over it. But yeah.
Yep. Well, we are rolling up on our last scene. We appreciate y'all for joining us. Please make sure you're hitting that like button on Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royaire's World, and make sure you're subscribing to that channel and hitting that share button. So we're going to roll into our last scene of the night. So Ashley is hosting a lunch with Kay, Monique, Wendy, and Stacey is going to be at this meeting as well. Okay. So Kay and Ashley, they meet up first. And so they want to hear what Stacey has to say, in regards to all of this situation that's going on. They feel, that Stacey is the one that released this information. Kay is curious of how Wendy is going to feel about the situation, because Wendy has pretty much been falling on the side of Stacey since the beginning of all of this, issue. Ashley said that it could be a 50% chance of how Monique takes this. Monique could take it and read Stacey down and get her together, or she could take it and not care, because she's no longer married to the man. Well, speaking of Monique finally arrives. She comes in and greets the ladies. Monique explains that she's not really sure what's going on. The only thing she remembers is Tia specifically asking her, what was the sign that ended her marriage? What was that? And so they give us a flashback of Monique talking about that. Kay felt that it was genuine for Monique to share how she felt in regards to her marriage ending and what was going on with that. And she thought it was disgusting for Stacey to repeat the information allegedly. Kay shares that she was on the phone with Cookie talking, and so Cookie clicks over and Chris tells her whatever, and so then she gets back with Kay with the information. And so Monique says that she doesn't know who to trust, because everybody in regards to this situation is pretty much a liar and can't be trusted. She does not trust Chris, she does not trust Cookie, and she doesn't know Stacey well enough to have an opinion either way. Okay. Wendy shows up to the meeting, and so Wendy was a little shocked to see Ashley and Kay at the table, because she just requested a meeting with Monique. Wendy did tell us that Stacey did not want to meet with Kay. She did share that at the event for Giselle, it was brought up that Sharice called Chris. Chris said that he had no clue what was going on. And so Wendy thought that it would be great for them to all meet up and have a talk and to move past this. Well, while Wendy is talking and explaining, Stacey walks in. And Stacey has a shocked look on her face, because she did not expect to see Ashley nor Kay at this meeting. And so Stacey comes in and she greets Monique, and, she says, listen, I want to have a conversation with you, but I will not be doing that with Kay around the table. I don't feel comfortable with Kay, and, I don't want to talk to Ashley about it either. Kay gets up and storms out. I'm not going to be here for this. You always trying to play the victim, blah, 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 blah. She gets up and walks to the bar and goes have her little drink. Monique says, so I heard that you were dating Chris pretty much. And so Stacey says, we never dated. We were cool. There was nothing ever between us. Monique asked, did you call him? She said, no, I did not call him. We did not have any type of conversations in regards to what you said. Stacey then pulls up her phone and shows text messages of Chris texting her, congratulations on some kind of magazine post or something that her and Arabella was on. And she did not respond allegedly to the text messages. He then responded back and said, well, normally when somebody congratulates you, a thank you follows after. And she did not say anything after that either. And then there was a third text message. Her to hit him up, give him a call. Let's see what's up.
Holla at your boy.
Not respond to that either. So Ashley says, well, she's confused, okay? And she doesn't believe it, because we all know that you can delete text messages. We all know that you can fake up some receipts, and she ain't here for it. And so Wendy says, well, if you didn't do it, who did it?
Who?
And she's got 4 subjects. Her first subject was Kay, and she feels that Kay and Cookie have been talking, and it was a scheme that Cookie set up to come to Kay and Stacey with the bullshit. Okay? Her second subject was Angel. Bobby and Angel did tell us that, or Angel told us that she was Bobby and Chris were cool. He was his mentor, when he first got into the game. And so maybe Bobby shared the tea after Angel went back and spilled it with some husband time. Subject number 3 was Giselle, because Cookie and Giselle have been very close since Karen went to jail. And it's not unlike Giselle to be spilling the tea and coming back with the drama. And the last subject, of course, Miss Stacey. And Wendy's words are, she lied in the past, she lied in the present, and she will probably lie in the future. And so that ends us off on season 10, episode 9 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Leak what you speak.
Leak what you speak. Listen, I ain't even gonna spend a whole lot of time on this scene. Kay getting up dramatically. Kay, you shouldn't have been there anyway because Stacey said she gave directions that she ain't had nothing for you. And you shouldn't be at this meet. Monique talking about, Chris is a sneaky link and watch yourself around him. And she also mentioned how she's having trouble co-parenting with Chris. Do I think Chris could be a little bit, in the business and like that, a little bit messy? I do. I ain't gonna lie, I do. I can't wait till we find out who really told him the business. But here's the thing: what is more important to me, Royaire, you shouldn't have been talking about the man anyway. We should start there.
Wouldn't have been nothing to tell if you wasn't telling it.
If you wasn't telling it. So you coming in with this storyline of your husband, and somebody told your husband. And now here we are. Will we find out who told him? Yeah, but the thing is, she talks out of two sides of her mouth, Monique, right? Because she's saying she don't care. That's why she divorced him. That's why she left him, this, that, and the other. But you seem to care because you all into why somebody went back and told him. If you felt you ain't really say nothing, that wasn't no crazy, it wouldn't matter to me who told him what. Because I would have been like, he already know it is what it is. That's why we divorced. But you invested and who went back and told him. And at the end of the day, if we keep it 100 on Royaire, whether somebody went back and told him or not, it was filmed, so he was going to find out eventually anyway.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, why are we here? They doing too much for me. This is team messy on the highest level possible. But, we'll see. It is what it is, and what it is, and we're going to see how this whole thing pan out. But they all getting on my nerves if you ask me about what it really is.
And I don't even think that she's really vested in it like that, Diva. I feel like that the other ladies are making her vested in it because she says she don't care one way or the other. But I feel Kay keeps bringing this up. Giselle keeps bringing this up. Ashley keeps bringing this up. What was the purpose of bringing this up? Monique did not come into the group saying, oh, I had an issue with Stacey. Y'all are making this issue between Stacey and Monique. For what? What is the reason? Why are we talking about this? They're no longer married. Chris is not on the show. Apparently, Monique is only a friend of. Why are we giving her this much energy and this much time on the camera? Why?
Monique is grown. She could say, I disengage and Monique and tell Stacey we cool. I don't care who said what or whatever. Yeah. So Monique is feeding into it because she need a storyline. And her storyline is her ex-husband. I wasn't going to give him no booty. I gave him some booty just to see how he was. Girl, if you are 2 years removed and you got a new man according to the Instagram and the streets, then why are we here? Monique know the game. She don't care for real. Yeah, she know the game, but she just I wasn't even here for Monique to come back. That's why I ain't even got much for this scene right here. We can move forward.
It was pointless.
I ain't got nothing for Monique. I really don't.
Yeah, and I don't understand why Kay is just so hell-bent on bringing this up. Like, let it go, move on. Like, you obviously have nothing to talk about. And Stacey said this at the party the other day. You have nothing to talk about. And then you talk about, I have Greg, I got businesses, I got my condo, I got my house. These are not things to talk about, honey. These are things. What do you actually have to talk about to keep you relevant in this show?
Yeah.
Outside of your condo and your house that you don't own or live in.
Yeah, when she was standing there saying all that, I was like,
girl, you just have nothing. You have nothing to talk about. And this was the best thing that you could come up with, was ride off of some information that you didn't even have right in the first place when you brought the information. Even in the after show, Monique was like, she just messed up the whole, like, Monique couldn't even be upset about it at the float situation because the way she dropped the tea, you dropped the ball. You messed it up.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. But that was episode 9 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. At the end of every episode, we ask for your ratings on a scale of 1 to 10. What are you rating this episode? 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. Leave your ratings down below, and we'll get into that in just a minute. Diva, your final thoughts and opinions on this episode?
Every episode don't gotta be rah-rah for me. I'm liking the way it's flowing. I'm loving Stacey. Emmanuel, I was trying to get my life together, my thoughts, but you said a 6 out of 10, and I'm gonna roll with you. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay. Yeah, I thought this episode was pretty good. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think, you know what? And I'm going to give it more than a 6. I'm going to give it an 8. I really enjoyed delving into the personal lives of everybody. It was nice to get a conversation out of Sheila and Ashley. In my opinion, I really see where the trauma of Ashley's life comes from, is missing that parental role in her life. So I really enjoyed that. I like digging a little bit more into Wendy's story with her dad and really understanding Wendy. Maybe that's why Wendy does so much with the degrees and making such an impression on herself to hide that feeling of wanting the relationship with her dad. I love seeing Timu and Stacey's family. So honestly, I gotta give this episode an 8 because they really came with the actual reality of the reality TV. We dove into the people's lives this week. So I gotta give it an 8.
Well, you know what? On that note, I'm gonna up it to a 7. You are correct. I did enjoy that. Like you said, you know what? I'll do a 7.5 because, like you said, I do like the way we got a little more insight with Wendy. We got insight with Ashley, right? Yeah. We saw Bella saying she wanted us to be the 3 of us forever. I'll give it a 7. I'll up it to a 7. It wasn't bad.
Outside of the drama and the rah-rah, I truly enjoyed the personal stories this week. I really did.
Yeah.
So, and then we got to meet Miss Michelle and Brian and Kay too, even though her scene was dumb, but we had a moment. It was a moment. So good episode this week. Like you said, Emmanuel is giving it a 6 out of 10. I Am 50 Gold is giving it a 7. Lorraine is giving it a 7. Jeremy is giving it a 7. Just Now is giving a what is this?
Justina is giving
it a 7. Fifi is giving it an 8. Dunn is giving it an 8. I gotta take these contacts out. Raheem is giving it a 2. I'm over Kay and Stacey's mess. Give us a Ray update. We do need a Ray update. I'm sure we'll get that at the end of the season when Karen has her little sit down. Let's see. Forever is rating it a 7. Little English is giving it a 7, and Marigo is giving it a 6. Okay. Well, this was a great recap. I truly enjoyed the episode. I truly enjoyed spending time with you guys. Remember to stay up to date with us. We are going to finish up our recap with the Braxtons on this Thursday, so be sure to join us for that. Married to Medicine is back. I watched the first episode, and I must say, y'all know I love my girl Auntie Heavenly, but it was an enjoyable episode without Heavenly. It was nice to have a breath of fresh air of some new ladies and what's going on. Now, Quad and Simone, I'm just going to say this before we get into it. I'm sick of it. I'm over it. Either get it together or let go. I'll get more into Quad on tomorrow when we have our recap because I have my thoughts and opinions as well. Make sure you hit the like button on both channels, Royaire's World and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If you're not a subscriber, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I hit 3,000 subscribers last week, so shout out to each of you who have been following and showing support. I truly appreciate y'all. So make sure you continue to subscribe to both of our channels as we continue our recaps. Anything before we go, Auntie?
No, it's a good recap. We will definitely see y'all tomorrow night to do Married to Medicine. And like Royaire, we will be doing the last episode of the Braxtons on Thursday. And then next week we should be back on track. Okay.
Yes.
Back on track. Yes, I'm going live tonight. Okay. And tomorrow we'll deal in the street news. We'll deal with Tamar.
We'll deal with Tamar, and then
we'll deal with Tamar on Thursday. Because we're doing the Braxtons on Thursday.
We'll do the Braxtons, yes. So we'll deal with Tamar on Thursday. I got some Married to Medicine tea that we can deal with on tomorrow for the street news. And then also as well, we talked about this earlier, Diva, so shout out to the Diddy Netflix story that came out, documentary that just came out. I finished the 4-part episode. I definitely think that you guys need to go watch it. And I think we're going to try to come back with a little recap on that 4-part episode. So get into that. Okay, perfect. So y'all get into that, watch that, let us know when we come back to recap that, how you feeling and what your thoughts and opinions are on that. Great show. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all. Listen, we love y'all. We read your comments. We see y'all, and we totally appreciate you guys. Shout out to the rewatch crew. Those of you who go back and rewatch our video after we go off, we truly love and appreciate your support. Make sure you join Diva for tonight for trending topics and every night around 8:30. I believe that is it, everybody. Thank you guys so much. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we will see you tomorrow night. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Royaire's World.